In this edition of RPP News, a new documentary on Frankston's serial killer, the Shire budget is nearly done, and some great ideas come out of a college of crazy ones. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPP News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. 2 people have been arrested for allegedly stealing $500,000 worth of power tools. Frankston detectives made the arrests after investigating multiple thefts from vehicles across the southeast over the last 3 months. It's alleged a 33-year-old man and 28-year-old woman from Cranbourne targeted unlocked trailers and cars parked at trade sites and shopping centres across a number of suburbs, including Frankston and Mornington. They now face nearly 50 theft-related charges. The misery that serial killer Paul Denyer unleashed on Frankston in a killing spree 30 years ago is the subject of a documentary to be released at the end of the month. Produced by streaming service Stan, No Mercy, No Remorse takes viewers back to the winter of 1993 when Frankston residents were terrorised by a string of murders across a 7-week period. Denyer, who was 21 at the time, murdered 18-year-old Elizabeth Stevens, 22-year-old Deborah Freem and 17-year-old Natalie Russell. He is currently serving 3 life sentences for the murders and may be eligible for parole as early as June next year. Families of the victims have vowed to oppose any parole applications Denyer makes. Mornington Peninsula Shire's final budget meeting is scheduled for this coming Tuesday. More than 2,400 Peninsula locals contributed their ideas and priorities to the budget, and community members are invited to come along to the council chambers in Rosebud on Tuesday to hear the outcome. International efforts to secure energy supplies and develop a network for cleaner energy options put the Port of Hastings onto the agenda table at the recent Quad meeting in Tokyo. According to Japanese reports, the Quad partners of Australia, India, Japan and the United States discussed a range of issues, including common energy needs and the role of hydrogen as a clean energy source. Japanese media noted that Australia has invested more than $1.3 billion in hydrogen energy, with liquefied hydrogen created from brown coal at AGL's Loyang site in the Latrobe Valley. In April this year, a consortium of Japanese companies celebrated the success of a pilot project to transport the Loyang hydrogen from the Port of Hastings to Japan aboard the world's first liquefied hydrogen tanker. Given the success of the project, the report concludes the hydrogen supply chain should become a priority. In tremendous news for local sailing, the Victorian Institute of Sport has awarded 6 of its 18 scholarships for the upcoming year to the members of the Mornington Yacht Club. The scholarships are awarded to talented athletes based on national and international performances. 3 of the 6 will now become a part of the Australian Sailing Futures program, which recognises their potential to become Olympic sailors in the next 4 to 8 years. RPP spoke to a delighted Peter Davey, marketing chair for the Mornington Yacht Club, about their success both at home and abroad.
These kids just keep giving. 4 of the 6 comprised a team in one-of-a-kind keelboats, small keelboats, and they've won the Australasian selection for Australia, both in the under-22 and open categories, to compete for the World Championships, the best, if you like, the best club in the world, later this year in Germany. So they cleaned up in Australia against pretty stiff competition for about 15, 16 clubs, and now they're off to the World Championships in Germany.
And 75 students from Patterson River Secondary College in Carrum are stepping up to lead change on issues they care about. Supported by the team at Crazy Ideas College and local construction firm Winslow Infrastructure, students kick-started their journey with a 2-day Social Innovators workshop last week. The students are working in teams to invent programs, products and services that enrich the lives of their fellow citizens. Ideas that have already emerged include micro-gardens, virtual reality experiences that help young people identify careers of interest, models for incentivising recycling and composting, and a solar-powered phone case. A number of the teams are determined to now bring their ideas to life. Crazy Ideas College has shared the adventure with RPP.
We spend a lot of time trying to develop critical and creative thinking skills for our students, and we have in our instructional model relevance, and that's so making sure the work the students are doing here at the school and the skills they're able to apply to the real world.
Usually at school we just learn stuff, take notes and that sort of thing. In this we get to be a bit more creative and use more of our own ideas and be a bit more independent.
It's really important that we're equipping young people with the skills and connections to thrive post-school, and the community and business partners play a key role in doing that.
The kids were amazing today. Such enthusiasm and really, really great work. Love to see, and I can't wait to see the ideas come to life.
So the Social Innovators program offers a unique approach to how we train our emerging leaders. They get a chance to see leadership through a different prism. They get to understand some of the futuristic ideals towards leadership. And the way in which they engage with the students, the way they get to mentor them, it's so encouraging, and it's great to see the way they all engage.
We will be catching up with the social innovators regularly to see how their projects progress. After the break, we have Leah with this week's weather report.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Hello, it's Leah here, back with this week's RPP Weekly Weather Update. Well, it does seem that winter is really kicking in with snow in the Alps and lots of rain here on the peninsula. So let's break it down for the week. Today, Sunday, the 5th of June, brought us a cloudy day with a 95% chance of showers across the peninsula, mainly during the morning. There is also a chance of a thunderstorm near the coast later tonight. We felt a low of 6 and a high of 14. Monday sees much the same with possible small hail, expect a low of 6 and a high of 12. Tuesday sees the rain intensify with a 100% chance of showers across the peninsula. We should reach a high of 11 and a low of 6. Wednesday, the 8th of June, brings us a slight easing of the rain with a top of 12 and a low of 5. Thursday continues this trend, overcast and lots of rain, expect a top of 13 and low of 6. Friday will be much the same with a high of 13 and a low of 7. And finally, Saturday sees yet another wet day with a top of 13 and a low of 6. Well, that's all for this week, and don't forget to watch the full edition of the RPP News at rppv.com.au. Until next time, take care, be good.
And now to our surf guru Muzz with the Surf Report.
It's Muzz back here with this week's Mornington Peninsula Surf Report. After a big swell, a purely horrible wind swell on Wednesday, the swell's backing off pretty quickly. So Friday, today, we should have probably a mixed bag of waves everywhere. There'll be waves on the beaches if you can find a bank that holds it, and there has been plenty of banks with waves holding decent swell. So from one end, from Portsea to Gunner, there should be something. If not, there'll be waves at Flinders because the wind's rapidly going to go around to the north. Saturday, it's going to go a bit more northwest, and the swell will sort of push up a little bit. Sunday, it'll push up quite a bit, and the wind will go around to the west-northwest into Monday, and we'll get another big kick in swell Monday. So there'll be waves pretty much just in Western Port. Same with Tuesday, it'll be Western Port, but the wind will go around to the southwest. And then back Wednesday, swell will be still solid, but the wind will tend back to that northwest like it tends to in winter. So another reasonably good week of waves in front. The pick of the days will be Sunday afternoon and Monday in Western Port, and maybe Friday on the beaches. Next week, we'll see what happens, but there's a big change in weather. Again, Monday, Tuesday, so it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy. A bit more ground swell than wind swell though by the looks of it. Alright, have fun, and I'll see you next week.
And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.